Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Arizona Central, your one-stop shop for everything Arizona Cardinals here in the OMFL. This is our off-season free agency edition. That's right. We are in the cusp of free agency. The season is over. The Super Bowl champion Atlanta Falcons have received their Super Bowl trophy. Not like legit. We bought them a trophy. He should have it. We'll get him to post some pictures so everybody can see it. And now it's time to talk some Arizona Cardinals football. Let's just recap the season really quickly. We bounced back after a really rough first season where we had the 8th overall pick in the draft to have an 11-5 season. We finished 12th in points per game at 24 points per game, 7th in yards at 348, 7th in passing at 262, 15th in rushing at 86.4 points per rushing yards per game. On defense, we finished 6th in points at 19. 5th in yards at 277, 7th in passing at 204, 5th in rushing at 72.7 for an 11-5 record. The problem of the season was a lack of a rushing game, as you see that we finished 15th, just couldn't get David Johnson going, and a lack of getting pressure on the quarterback. Both of those very weak areas, those sore spots, were proven to be catastrophic for the Arizona Cardinals in a wild card loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers showed us every area that we were weak, and so we went into this offseason wanting to get slightly younger. It's amazing to me how the concept of youth has taken over this league, that a player at 28 years old is now considered old. I find that laughable, and I find that the really good general managers are able to find those 28 to 30-year-olds, or even 32-year-olds that are able to come in and make plays for their team on a very low salary. And because those are short contracts, they're able to get out of that salary if a young player does present itself. So we were looking to just have the bottom end of our roster get younger, have those light, low-weight contracts back there, just to have some guys available to us in case injuries happen to take place. So that's what we did. Let's look at some free agent signings that we took place this past offseason. Raheem Morset came into our club from Purdue. The third-year running back brings to us speed and acceleration. We really just like his playmaking ability. A guy that could play kick and punt returns for us. We're going to give him an option. We've really loaded up on guys that can play special teams for us. I think it is a very underrated aspect of the game. I want to make sure that I have speed to get to those kickoffs and those punt returns, and speed in case I'm able to get the blocking up front to really break some kick and punt returns. It could make the difference in 1 or 2 games every single season. Raheem brings that to our team. He'll be a third running back on our team. We really like the running back out of LSU, a rookie from last year that we have. So this guy will play third running back. He's a guy that can come in, maybe run a screen or two, maybe run a sweep or two, even break it up the middle and surprise some guys. But mainly going to be a special teams guy, a guy that we got on the cheap, and a guy that we're really excited about to just have on our team. The next guy that we brought in was Carlos Fields, the left outside linebacker from Winston-Salem. Brings a lot of speed to our team. That's really what we lacked this past season, is the playmaking ability off of the edges. This Madden, it seems to be like your 81 to 83 or 84 linebackers are able to make some plays, but not all the plays. If you want a guy that can come off the edge, you got to send a cornerback, or you got to get a really fast linebacker that can get around the edges of those tackles. Carlos will bring that to our team. Again, we lacked pass rush ability. We feel like Carlos can bring that to us. He's a little on the weak side, a little worried about that, but we like his block shed, we like his acceleration, his speed, and his tackle. He brings to us some playmaking ability, and again, a guy that we got very cheap and that can just fight for a primary backup role, and worst case can play some special teams for us, fly down the field, and make some tackles. Next, we brought in Avery Williamson. This is where we spent a lot of our cash this past offseason. Avery comes to us from the Tennessee Titans, the star development middle linebacker is 84 overall, brings a lot of speed, a lot of acceleration, a lot of playmaking ability. We're really excited to add Avery to our team. Our middle linebacker, who we loved, was just getting older. We ended up having to cut ties with him, and it's just the simple fact that he was getting older and had regressed for the past 2 years and was just not a trade commodity. No one was interested in trading for a 32-year-old middle linebacker. I promise someone will pick him up on the cheap and he'll make plays for them. But Avery will be able to play the middle. We do have some promising young talent that's out there that may be able to play the inside for us. So Avery may even be able to bounce to the outside and give us some of the faster outside linebackers that the league has. The Buffalo Bills use that strategy. It's worked really well for them. So we are just trying to build a team that can get after the quarterback, make some plays in the passing game. We feel like Avery can do that for us. We're very excited to bring in the middle linebacker from Kentucky. Next is going to be Eric Reed. I'm going to just be straight up honest with you. Eric got a contract from us because he's from LSU. That's right, we're LSU West here in Arizona, and we really just like what Eric brings to the table. We love our safeties. We'll talk about my safeties here in just a little bit, but Eric does bring to us some playmaking ability, a veteran, a guy that's made plays for his teams in the past, and a guy that we're just excited about bringing to this team from the San Francisco 49ers. He only had 26 tackles last year, no sacks, no forced fumbles, no interceptions, but we feel like we can put him in a position to go make plays, and we're excited about adding him to our team. Possibly maybe even moving him over to strong safety, maybe even give him the primary backup in both free and strong safety. You're not really sure. We're going to see how the offseason kind of progresses, get to play a preseason game or two under our belts and just see where he fits. But we're excited about adding Eric Reed to our team. You can never have enough first-round picks on your team, and I think Eric will be able to make some plays for us. Jeff Janis, the wide receiver, coming to us from the Green Bay Packers, 76 overall. A big target at 6'3", has the speed and acceleration at 92 each. Just a playmaking ability wide receiver. Did not need a wide receiver. Really like all wide receivers, but he was so cheap at a 3-year, $8 million contract that I just had to put him out there and get him on this team. He may play third, probably going to be fourth or fifth receiver, probably a guy that I bring in the red zone that can take John Brown's place and just give me a big-bodied receiver that I can throw the ball to. I like Jeff Janis. We are excited about having him on this team. I know the Packers loved him. Just was a salary cap issue. And I think that this may be an underrated signing for the Arizona Cardinals this next season. Mike Hairston is another receiver, comes to us from the Minnesota Vikings, the captain of name changing. I give you a hard time about that. We're going to have to probably put some rules in there. So the Eagles talk about how we have rules for him, which is not really the truth. But this might be the Minnesota Vikings Steve rule about changing names and positions and all this other stuff. But Mike Hairston comes to us just as another guy that can make plays in the special teams and kickoffs and punt returns. And who knows, maybe even a guy that can get in there and play from time to time at wide receiver. I've seen a lot of my wide receivers get hurt over the year. Last year we were lucky and stayed pretty healthy. I like my wide receivers, like I've said in the past, but you can never have enough guys that can just come in and make plays, and we were willing to take the chance on this guy. If it doesn't work out, we'll eat the cap and we'll cut him, but I think he has some potential to make plays for us, and this absolutely shores up our offense, our wide receiver, there we go, situation, and will keep us from having to draft any receivers in this upcoming draft. Next up was Corey Linsley. Corey comes to us as an 84 center. I liked his fast development. He just brings to us a guy with 92 strength, can run block and pass block. Look, got to work on the run block and pass block. We've got to get that up there, okay? He's not elite in that, but he has elite impact blocking, he has elite strength, and he has fast development. And all of that means I wanted him on my team. We lost our starting guard this past offseason. He retired, Eric Mathis, and so we just wanted to add a couple of guys that just gives us some shoring up of the offensive line. Again, I want to really focus on the run game this next season and make sure that we have a solid run game. Which brings us to Richie Incognito. The 35-year-old out of Nebraska can still make plays. He's a right guard. He was a right tackle last season. We moved him to right guard. He may even fight for center. Who knows where he's going to play exactly. But he brings to us 91 strength, 94 run blocking, 87 pass blocking, 84 impact blocking. The pass and the impact worry us just a little bit, but again, he could just play a primary role for us as a backup. Did spend a lot of money on him, but it's going to be a one-year deal. He's probably going to retire and be cut next offseason, and so it was worth the opportunity for us to take that chance on Richie. That was about it for our free agent signings. We really targeted who we wanted. We went after them hard. We got them all on the first round. Really don't have any bids for the second or third round. Really feel like we got the guys that we wanted, and we're excited about what they bring to our team, and it really opens us up in the draft to go best player available, and that is always a very good thing. In the trade front, it was pretty light for us this offseason. The trades were trade phone lines were not ringing all that much, even though we did have David Johnson out there, Patrick Peterson. We even had Badalier out there as a possible trade candidate. But no one really seemed interested, whether it be the age, whether it be the contracts, or whether it just be the price. Guys weren't really willing to pay the prices that we had or even come anywhere close. The discussions really never progressed anywhere. So we did work two trades out, one with the Panthers. We sent Travis Feeney and Cardale Jones over to the Panthers for their third and fourth rounders. We really like both of these players, but in the big scheme of things, we needed some picks, and these guys were going to be primary backups, and they fit better for the Carolina Panthers than they did for us. So it was an easy trade to work out. And finally, we were able to work out one with the Seattle Seahawks. Eli Harold, and he was a fast defensive end that did get some playing time for us, just was not able to make enough plays for us. So because of that, we sent him over to the Seattle Seahawks, picked up a third and a sixth rounder. And we're excited to give Eli another chance. Hopefully he just will not play well against the Arizona Cardinals whenever we face each other. Now I want to look at some first and second year guys that we had here last year. We are excited to see what these guys will do. These are guys that we picked up in the draft last season, or even guys that we picked up from teams on season one in their practice squad. Ruben Smart was our third round pick, 8th overall in the third round. His fast development really worked well for us. 78 strength, 87 block shed, 78 power move, 89 finesse, 84 speed, 85 acceleration. He played really well. 27 tackles, 12 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. The rookie is going to be an impact player for the Cardinals. Fast development. He comes out of Nebraska, and we're just really excited about having him on this team. Now, we got to find somebody to go opposite of him. We got to find someone that we can stick on the other side and let him go make some plays. Also very excited about Cedric Pritchard. He come to us and was on our practice squad last year as a safety, but things just weren't working out. So this offseason, we moved him to the left outside linebacker. We're just interested to see how he will work out. Now, he does have 92 acceleration, which is very intriguing, 77 tackle. His 61 block shed is going to be the tough area. We feel like we can help him work on that, but he has nice coverage ability, nice agility, and we are just excited to see what possibilities he might bring to our team. He does have average development. He's 5'10", 198 out of UAB. A project, but we're excited to see what kind of project he'll turn into. Lacey Baldware is a middle linebacker that we picked up last year after the draft was over. 83 speed, 85 acceleration, 78 block shed, 80 tackle. He is one of the guys that could come in and play middle linebacker for us. We know that his awareness and his play awareness needs some working on. His man coverage and zone coverage is pretty low. But we're excited to see if he can make some plays for us this season. He just brings to us an athletic guy from Florida State that can make some plays. A big body guy, 6'1", 251, and we're just excited to see what he could do for us in this preseason. At the very least, he'll be a primary backup at middle linebacker. Lacey Bars is another guy. These two guys came in together, him and Boldware. 6'1", 243 out of Connecticut. Another really strong, big guy, 85 speed, 86 acceleration, 75 block shed. does cover better, 73 zone, 60 man. And another guy that does just need playing time. He needs time to be out there. He needs time to just be able to learn what it's like to play in the OMFL. We just believe he has some playmaking ability, 68 overall. We're just excited again to get him in this offseason and just to see how he works out for us. Lamar Lewis started last year, the third year guy, now he's going into his third year, out of LSU, 86 speed, 89 acceleration. He does struggle with tackling and getting off of blocks, but again, this is a guy that we user control a lot, and he's strong, he's fast, and he was able to make a couple of plays for us last year. He got a sack and 2 interceptions. He played sparingly, mainly as the second middle linebacker. Came in the 3-4. He did play a lot of 4-3 this season, so he didn't get a ton of time. But he does come to us and look to build on what he did last season. So it'll be interesting to see what Lamar can build on from his second season into his third. Next is Marvin Evans. Marvin came to us from the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think. We picked him up. He comes out of Utah State. He's been the best guy that we've picked up at 73 overall. A lot of speed, a lot of acceleration. Does struggle with tackling, but he's just a playmaking safety that we're just excited to see him just continue to develop. 24 tackles, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and an interception for the Arizona Cardinals last year. All of my safeties rotate a lot, and so this is a guy that we're hoping the cream will just kind of rise to the top and we'll get more and more playing time. Next was Benton Koloskvin. He got him from the Carolina Panthers last season off of their practice squad. Benton brings to us a lot of playmaking ability with the 70 catch, the 91 speed, 91 acceleration, and he did just that. I think he had 2 interceptions in one game. He had 1 sack, 13 tackles as a primary backup. But look for this guy to really have an opportunity to shine this season and really have the opportunity to take that strong or free safety job and really run with it. Next is Mathis Farley. This guy really has been a stud, but it was hurt most of the season. 90 speed, 82 acceleration. We moved him to strong safety from free safety after he had a really solid rookie season. He's just a guy that makes plays beyond his points and his attributes, and really just makes plays. He only had 18 tackles and 1 interception, but again, he didn't play a lot just because of injury. He was hurt, I think, 6 or 7 weeks this past season, and then when he did come back, he was able to make some plays late in the season. But we are excited about Matthias and seeing what he can add to this team. Next up is going to be Kendrell Bryce. I told you we're going to talk a lot about safeties. I really like these safeties. The free safety / strong safety out of LA Tech brings speed and acceleration, nice zone coverage ability. Probably going to play as a primary backup this year just because he has trouble getting off of blocks and has trouble playing that strong safety position as he covers the man. Did have 30 tackles and 3 interceptions with the forced fumble. So he did play well as a backup and even got to start a couple of games. So Kendrell is another guy. All of these guys at safety will have to just play it out and see who can win that starting job for us this season. Next is Jose Conway. Jose was our 8th pick in the 2nd round. He was a fast development guy, 88 strength, 82 run, 84 pass, 88 impact, a guy that we have a lot of hope for, and we're just excited. Out of UFC, 81 overall, may even get him a starting job this season. We'll just have to see how things play out, but we're excited to see what Jose can add to our team, and just a guy that we are pumped about having, and we'll see if we can add to our team with some more offensive linemen this next draft. And then the final guy is Noah Howard. This was our rookie import from Madden 16, 82 overall, 94 strength, 85 run, 84 pass, 90 impact blocking. The center out of Kentucky has played well, but also has struggled with it just making a huge impact in the center. So he's going to have to fight for his job this year, but who knows, we can bump him over to guard. We may bump one of the other centers over to guard. We do really like Noah, and we're excited just to see how things play out. So that is a look at the Arizona Cardinals for this offseason and this season. The draft is coming up. We do hold a first, second, 2/3, 2/4, and then a 6th and a 7th. So I think we actually own 3 third-rounders. So we're going to be looking to make our impact in the middle of the draft. Just have another solid draft is the key. As it gets a little bit closer, we will recap the draft. The draft is going to be this coming Wednesday. We are preparing, working hard on our draft board, looking to see who's out there doing some last-moment scouting. So it will be another interesting season, and it will be really tough. The Rams, the 49ers, and the Seahawks are all really, really good teams, and a lot of movement is coming up. Look for a Press Pass Live to come out on Monday, as I will get with Ozone and hopefully maybe even get Brady in there. And who knows, maybe even Chaotic or Ducks will get a special guest to come and join us and talk about the free agent signings in the OMFL this year. So thank you for tuning in to Arizona Central. Good luck in your offseason and your draft. We'll see you after the draft is over. Peace.